Martha, one of my dearest friends called me last week in a bit of a panic. Her grandson had just moved across the country, and she realized she didn't know how to video call him. I miss seeing his face, she told me. But this phone might as well be a spaceship. Now, Martha's no stranger to a challenge. She raised 3 kids while running a bakery, but technology? It felt like a locked door. Sound familiar? Here's what I told her. Learning technology isn't about keeping up with the grandkids. It's about keeping your independence. Imagine ordering groceries without waiting for help, reading the news without squinting at tiny print, or even reminding yourself to take medication, all with a few taps. That's not just convenience, that's freedom. Today, let's talk about why embracing technology after 60 isn't just useful, it's transformative. And don't worry, we'll start slow, like dipping a toe in the water. No jargon, no rush. Just practical steps to help you feel more confident and in control. First, let's talk about connection. Remember when we waited weeks for a letter? Now, with tools like Zoom or FaceTime, you can see your granddaughter's smile the moment she takes her first steps, even if she's halfway across the world. But it's not just about family. Online communities let you join book clubs, reconnect with old friends, or even chat with folks who love gardening as much as you do. Loneliness? Technology can be the bridge back to joy. Now, here's something you might not expect. Technology can be your safety net. My neighbor, Jim, wears a smartwatch that detects if he falls and calls for help automatically. He told me, it's like having a guardian angel in my pocket. And with pill reminder apps or blood pressure trackers, you're not just managing your health, you're owning it. No more guessing if you took your medication or waiting for the next doctor's visit to check your numbers. But here's the real secret. Technology simplifies daily life. Imagine turning up the heat without getting out of your chair, or having books read to you when your eyes are tired. My friend Evelyn, who's 78 and legally blind, told me her tablet's voice commands changed everything. I finally feel like I'm part of the world again, she said. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. What if I press the wrong button? Believe me, we've all done it. But here's the truth. Technology is just a tool, like a hammer or a whisk. And just like baking your first cake, you don't need to master it all at once. Start with one thing. Maybe it's sending a photo to your grandkids. Maybe it's checking the weather without calling the front desk. Small wins lead to big confidence. And that's just the beginning. Next, we'll talk about how technology can stretch your budget, keep your mind sharp, and even help you explore new hobbies, all from the comfort of your favorite chair. But for now, I'd love to hear, what's one tech skill you've been curious to try? Drop a comment below. Let's cheer each other on. When my friend George first heard about online banking, he nearly laughed me out of the room. You want me to trust my savings to the internet? He said. But then his arthritis made those trips to the bank harder, and one rainy day, he finally gave it a try. Now, he transfers money to his grandkids' college funds while sipping his morning coffee. No lines, no fuss. That's the thing about technology. It doesn't just keep us connected. It keeps us in control of the practical parts of life too. And today, we're going to talk about how it can stretch your dollars, sharpen your mind, and even help you rediscover old passions. Let's start with your wallet. Remember balancing checkbooks? Now, apps can track every penny for you, and even alert you if a bill's due or a suspicious charge pops up. My cousin Edna caught a double charge on her pharmacy bill last month because her phone dinged. That app just paid for itself, she told me. And with telehealth, you can often skip the copay by video chatting your doctor for small concerns. But here's where it gets really exciting. Technology can reawaken your curiosity. Maggie, a woman I met at the dentist, had put down her paintbrushes 20 years ago when her eyesight changed. Then her daughter showed her YouTube's Zoom feature, and suddenly, she could follow along with tutorials again. "I'm no Rembrandt," she said, "but I'm having more fun than I've had in years." And for those rainy days, when the grandkids aren't around to fix the computer, voice assistants aren't just for teenagers. Ask yours to read the news, play big band music, or settle that argument about who starred in Casablanca. It's Bogart, by the way. Now, I can already hear some of you thinking, what if I forget how to use it? Here's my little trick. I keep a physical notebook by my devices. Every time I learn something new, like how to attach a photo to an email, I jot it down in big letters. My notebook's full of coffee stains and crossouts, and that's perfect. Learning isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Speaking of progress, wait until you hear how technology can help you stay sharp as a tech. In our next chat, we'll explore brain training apps, virtual museum tours, and even how to spot scams before they spot you. But for now, tell me, what's something you've always wanted to try or try again? Maybe it's genealogy or bird watching with an identification app. Share below. Your idea might inspire someone else. Funny thing about this old radio, my father used to say it connected him to the world. These days, my smart speaker does that and more. But you know what hasn't changed? That flutter of excitement when you discover something new. Today, we're going to talk about how technology doesn't just keep us independent. It can actually help keep our minds young. Let me tell you about my cousin Eva. At 82, she was worried her memory wasn't what it used to be. Then her grandson showed her a simple brain training app. Now, she beats him at word games every Sunday, and her doctor says her cognitive scores have improved. It's not magic. Just like muscles, our brains need exercise. Apps like Lumosity or simple crossword puzzles on your tablet can be like a morning walk for your mind. And the best part? You can do them in your pajamas with a cup of tea. But technology's gifts go even deeper. Struggling with small print? Most devices let you adjust text size or even read aloud. My neighbor Tom, who gave up reading when his eyesight dimmed, now listens to library books through his phone. Feels like having someone tell me a story, he says. Now, I know some of you are thinking, what about all those scams I hear about? That's like saying we shouldn't drive because accidents happen. Let's talk about smart habits, not fear. 1. If an email asks for money or passwords, even if it looks like it's from your bank, it's a scam. 2. When in doubt, call a trusted relative or your bank directly. 3. Remember, no one legitimate will rush or threaten you. Knowledge is your best firewall. Here's what I want you to remember. Technology at its heart is just another way to live fully. Whether it's seeing the pyramids through a virtual tour, tracking your sleep to feel more rested, or finally organizing those family recipes in an app, every small step is a victory. So let's make a promise. Next time you feel hesitant, think of Eva beating her grandson at word games. Think of Evelyn rediscovering books. Or George banking in his slippers. You're not just learning buttons and screens. You're reclaiming little pieces of your independence, one tap at a time. Now I'd love to hear, what's one thing you'll try this week? Share in the comments so we can cheer each other on. And if this resonated with you, pass it along to a friend who might need the nudge. Here's to writing your next chapter on your own terms. Until next time, take care and keep shining.